All right, we are back. Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, taking your health to a higher level. And today we're going to be flying independently healthy. Answering the question, are you independently healthy? Are you living healthily in your independence? So this is all me today. You get me for 30 minutes. Health in the news is going to be a little bit different today for that segment. And because, well, there's been a ton of stuff going on. SCOTUS, if you haven't heard, you know who SCOTUS is, right? You know, Supreme Court. They've been kind of busy lately. If you haven't seen anything, just turn on the news, hop on Facebook. There'll be rainbows of colors flying at you on Facebook. If you haven't seen that meme, it's hilarious. So I'm going to stay away from all that. We're going to talk about something completely different because July 4th is here now. We're about to be firing off fireworks and everything else, and I got a really great article coming up in Offbeat Business Magazine, so watch out for that one, specifically talking about healthy independence. So it'll be kind of a part 2 for the show. It's going to dig a little bit deeper into some stuff, make you think. So before I get rocking and rolling here, go out to clintfuquay.com. I got some cool new stuff on there. clintsprograms.com. This way, it's an automatic. You get to get the high points of who I'm working with. I might get into training with me, get some customized meals, get some customized nutrition for all the micronutrients that you really need, and all that stuff. So look at those, and of course, Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show, or actually personalhealthcarereform.com, the website for the show, and of course, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, LinkedIn. I've got tons of articles on LinkedIn. If you haven't gotten with me on LinkedIn, look me up, Clint Fuquay. Link up with me on there. Check out all my articles. I've got like almost 20 articles now on LinkedIn because they got cool new published features, so I'm having fun with that. And I talk a whole lot about training on there and some corporate health and other stuff, but just getting your mind to work a little bit. And, of course, the Facebook page of the show, it's tons of news. It's just absolute randomness. If it is anywhere in the health and wellness spectrum, it's going to be posted on there at some point. Okay, so hop on there. Talk back and forth with me on there. I'm open to any and all conversations on the Facebook page. That's why it's there. Same thing on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, you know you get everything from every format that I'm on because everything dumps into Twitter. And on Pinterest, well, if you're with me on Pinterest, you're going to see a lot of car pictures because I'm a car guy. I love cars. Big, fast cars I can do really stupid stuff in. And I have in the past. Just ask me. So those are the social media pages. And, of course, Google+, because, well, everybody's got to have a Google+ page because Google owns the Internet. So if you don't have one, you're not relevant, and they don't know that you're there. So if you don't have one, you might as well get one. Just go with it. And post some stuff randomly on there just to keep you relevant. And, of course, if you don't remember, I put out a book about 2 years ago called Personal Healthcare Reform, which is why we have the show. So go on Amazon, check out the book, and you're going to want to get the book after listening to the show because this show is kind of a show about the book. After sending out some polls on Facebook and LinkedIn and everything else, I asked some people, what do you want to hear on the show? So I got some good feedback. So before we hop into that, because this can be kind of health in the news today is what's coming up on the show, because I got some cool big stuff coming up. Let's start off with some magazines that I write for. So we've got Living the Dream magazine, which if you haven't read that one, check it out, livingthedream.com. Great magazine, great people in there. The rest of the writers in that magazine are phenomenal. I know probably 90% of them. Great people and different philosophies on living the dream specifically. And then you've got, of course, you Offbeat Business, which if you haven't listened to the show on this station on Pegasus Net Waves, listen to that show. It's a fantastic show. And, of course, I'll write from that magazine as well. Much more business perspective on that one. Ready for Happiness Group. That is a project I was involved in 2 years ago. It's coming back now. So, once again, this is going to be for some... I'm their official happy body person. So, we're going to talk about how to be healthy and happy with that group. There's going to be a lot of video content with that thing, too. So, get ready to see a lot... you actually get to see my face. Living Healthy, Living Smart Club. We took it down. We're bringing it back up in September. All brand new stuff on there. All my video content is still there, however, so you get to see me working out. And, of course, I've got a new one coming up, Texas MD. I'm going to be the official personal trainer writing for Texas MD. and which is neat because it's all doctors, it's all medical professionals, and then you got me writing for that as the health coach trainer, and as I've been called here lately, the health engineer. And of course, Living Remarkably. I'm a part of this other venture called Living Remarkably. You'll see these DVDs are coming out right before Christmas. So get ready to see these. This is how to live a remarkable life in every aspect of life. I, of course, covered the health and wellness portion, but we have finance, family, children, business, everything is there, career. So watch out for that. I'll be talking a lot more about that as well. And, of course, I've got my fantastic health partners we're going to talk about for a little bit. So Med-Call Assist, it's summertime. There's bee stings, there's travel, there's all kinds of anything else going on. There's sunburns, there's little oopsie accidents that happen where you might need to call an ambulance. Well, if you got an ER doctor on the phone, you may or may not have to call that ambulance. And if you do, guess what? They cover it 5 times a year. Great service. Check them out, Med-Call Assist. It's a little app. It's on your phone. You click it. You talk to them. It's a video conference. They walk you through everything. And it covers a family of 8 now. A full family of 8 for like $50. So if you're one of those out there that doesn't have insurance, you don't want to go through the ACA and everything else, you need to have a little something extra just in case, and that is your extra. Human, helping unite mankind in nutrition. Once again, they do healthy vending, so if you've got an office and you want some better vending options for yourself and your employees to keep them healthy, this way you can have your goldfish and eat them too, because they have organic goldfish, which are better than regular goldfish. Human, awesome company. Bring them on some corporate wellness projects that I'm working on. Kanisi, I'm actually wearing a Kanisi shirt right now. It's fantastic. It's lovely. It's summertime. It's hot out there. Active Cotton it's incredible. It doesn't stink. It takes the sweat off of you. It feels great, especially the more you wash it. Think about the best, most comfortable cotton shirt you've ever worn in your life. Now take that and apply it to sports. Okay, it's phenomenal how they work this thing and how they do the weaving. You're gonna be eating. You're gonna be eating a lot. Look, it's July 4th. I'm gonna be eating a lot. You want to talk about some monstrous eating? Watch me on July 4th. I'm gonna chow down. Okay, it's a celebration. You're supposed to celebrate. You're supposed to eat tons. Okay, have fun with it, then go back to eating what you're supposed to eat the rest of the time. That way you can pig out 3 or 4 times a year, and it won't affect you. You'll actually have fun, and you'll feel good doing it. You'll have an awesome workout for about 3 days afterwards too. But Icon Meals, check it out. Icon Meals. Use the code CBFIT. Gets you 10% off of their meals. Fantastic. Their head chef came from the Omni. Okay. The man is a chef. He's a real chef. He knows good food, and they make some fantastic stuff. They'll do complete custom meals for you if you've got any kind of nutritional needs, or if you have allergies, if you're gluten intolerant, anything like that. Whatever the need is, they will take care of it, and the food is fantastic. And for the vegetarians out there, yes, they do have options for you. And of course, Ideal Life. Big stuff going on with Ideal Life. If you haven't been online, if you haven't taken the free health assessment, take the free health assessment. Seriously, take it. 18-page report. I dare you to take this assessment, print out the 18-page report, and take it to your doctor the next time you see your doctor, and see if your doctor's mouth doesn't just drop open and ask you, what is this, and where did you get it, and how do I get it? It's absolutely incredible. It's phenomenal. Go online, just type in testimonials and see what is happening with the people that are going through the system, because it is a system. It's not a weight loss thing. It's not a little drink. It's not a shake mix. We do have a shake, but this is actual real nutrients that are needed. It's backed by science. Why? Because we give you the actual studies behind every nutrient that you're getting and why you're getting it. And we got close to 2 million options for formulation. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's a first of its kind. It's an oldie of its kind, actually. Anyway, check that out, and watch for Biggest Loser coming up in the fall. You're going to freak out because you're probably going to see some of our stuff on there because of Jen Wiederstrom, because she is an investor. We're not paying her. She's an investor. If you don't know who she is, Google her, okay? And Troy Aikman, too. And, of course, Healthy Home Company, who's my big health partner for the show right now. It is summertime. They have the best bug spray. If you haven't seen the news about bug sprays, the stuff with DEET actually came in second behind bug sprays using lemon oil and eucalyptus. Guess what Healthy Home Company has in their bug spray? They've got lemon oil, they've got eucalyptus, and a few other things to help keep the little biting things away, the little stinging things away, and help nourish your skin and keep it healthy. How about that? All at the same time. And their sunscreen, 32 SPF, is the most that you need. They use real zinc oxide. In fact, you got to like smack it to get it to go on and actually rub in. Okay, otherwise the stuff will be white on the skin. But it's absolutely fantastic. 100% toxic free. Look out there, see if you find anything else that is 100% toxic free. I'm not talking non-toxic. 100% toxic free. See if you can find that on the market. You're going to be looking for a long time, or you can just go to my website and you can order it right there. Awesome stuff, and the rest of the line is incredible as well. So there's my health partners, and let's talk about what's coming up on the show, and then we'll get into the rest of the show. Okay, so coming up, insurance matters. So this is going to be kind of a 3-part series. So we're going to talk about coverage, okay, and what the realities of coverage are. With the ACA, okay, we're going to talk about acceptance as far as who accepts this stuff, where it's accepted, when it's accepted, how it's accepted, all that, and we're going to talk about the Scottish ruling as well, and alternatives. So we're going to do one show specifically about alternatives to the ACA, anything and everything out there that you can use instead of the ACA, and not get penalized, because there are options. You just have to know what the options are, and we're going to give them to you on here. Also, wearables, we're going to talk about all the cool wearable stuff that's out there, the little Fitbits and the Jawbones and all that other stuff. I've got a new company that I'm talking to right now that's going to come on as a health partner very soon. I'm going to have their CEO on the show. You want to listen to that show because we're going to talk about wearables now and the future of that. So before you go spend that $300 on your Apple phone, listen to the show, okay? And of course, the biggie, the American Diabetes Association. I'm going to have them on the show. That's right. I'm going to do a little something with the American Diabetes Association. Get ready for that. That's going to be a biggie. Yeah, that's right. American Diabetes Association, this show. Okay, you want to listen in? That one's going to be coming up in August. I'm going to forewarn you right now so you can get ready to tune in. So that is the show about the show portion for today before we get into healthy independence. And it's going to be a little more low-key show today. I'm not going to be all up and animated today because I want you to think about what's about to happen with yourself for the rest of your life here, okay? So come back, join us back here in a couple of seconds.
Hey everybody, this is Blake Miller. I own a company called Ozone Purity where we flood the body with oxygen. If anybody's are worried about just getting toxic and full of the pollution out there in the world, come see us. We specialize in something called ozone therapy, flooding the body with electrical oxygen. We have little steam saunas and we pump ozone through the system and just release all the waste. We're at Addison Beltline. Website is www.ozonepurity.com, or go to our app. You can see all of our products, all of our services on your app store under Ozone Purity.
This is Jeff Lazarus, author of Dogtology, Live, Bark, Believe. Dogtology is about man's fanatical devotion to dog, about the belief in dog, arguably one of the most popular beliefs on earth. Dogtology is available right now on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble Select Stores, and BarnesandNoble.com, Books A Million, independent bookstores, and several airports around the country.
We are back, Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Netwaves, taking your health to a higher level. And today on this show, I'm flying solo. I kick the Wookiee out. Okay, it's me and the Millennium Falcon. We're gonna go nuts. We're gonna talk about some healthy independence because it is Independence Day coming up. There will be fireworks. There will be cookouts. There will be hot dogs. There will be potato salad. There will be strawberry shortcake. Toss the shortcake, keep the strawberries, okay? All kinds of goodies. All kinds of patriotic stuff, flag waving, everything else, which is great. We need it because without it, well, we just wouldn't be here. So, the big thing here is we're going to talk about some healthy independence because, we're all about independence and freedom. So the thing is, if you're sick, if you have illness, are you free? Well, no, not really, because if you're having to take medications for this thing, well, you're kind of a slave to the medications and the medical system to some degree because you don't always have to have them, but they'll make sure that you think that you have to have them, and you're on a timetable. You're living from pill to pill, basically. When do I take this one? When do I take that one? When do I go in for these different tests and everything else? So, which for some people that's just part of their life. You have to manage that as best you can. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about living independently healthy. And I'm going to plug my book, too, because it's my show, and the show is a show about the book. So, if you haven't been on my website, if you haven't been to clinicviewquote.com, you haven't been to personalhealthcarereform.com, you haven't been to Amazon, you haven't looked up Personal Health Care Reform book, go online, check it out, buy a copy for yourself, buy copies for everybody that you love in your home, in your neighborhood, in your circle of friends. It's digital copies. Why? This way you can print it out and do whatever you want with it. And there's some backlinks and everything else in there, which is why I did the digital version, because there are things I want you to see and do within the book. It's very active. It's very creative. It keeps you into it. But I put out some posts a couple weeks ago on social media, asking what people wanted to hear about. One of those is 5 cost-effective ways to stay healthy, which is good. It's a nice start. I thought I'd expand on that and say, how about 5 essentials to living independently healthy? So we are going to talk about 5 essentials to living independently healthy, and we'll start off with number 1. Okay. And if you have my book, you'll know where this is coming from. Of the 5 essentials to living independently healthy, know who you are. That is number 1. You got to know exactly who you are. You got to know why you're here, because it's a very simple thing. If you look at any of the interviews of anybody that's lived to be over 100 years old, and are still healthy, okay, and this is the little asterisk mark up there, okay, living over 100, but still being incredibly healthy, okay. Part of their secret is they know exactly who they are. They know what they stand for. They know themselves, and that's a big thing, is knowing who you are, and knowing about yourself, and really knowing about yourself, the intrinsics of yourself, and owning some things about yourself, being able to stare at yourself in the mirror, loving that person that's looking back at you, not hating that person that's looking back at you, and being okay with any flaws of that person looking back at you, because we all have them. Even me. I know, it's incredible. I have some flaws. But, they're there. We all have them. You have to own up to them and do what you can to get past those and be a better person every day. And so that's number 1. Know exactly who you are. And, there's multiple ways of doing that. There's counseling sometimes helps out with that, depending on backgrounds. One of the neatest things is there's a book called Strength Finder. If you get a chance, go out and get that book. Make sure that the seal is not broken in the back, okay, because there's a little code in the back of the book. Go through there, and it'll show you your 5 strengths. So this is the thing that makes you unique. It doesn't really tell you who you are, but it shows you why you're unique, why you're special, what your special gifts are, which makes life a whole lot easier if you know what you're gifted in. This way, it helps you figure out what you're going to do, which is next. Number 2, know where you're going, know what you're doing. That's the other thing. Anybody that's lived to be 100 plus and are healthy, okay, even if they were smoking and drinking, like trains, okay, which it's a whole genetic thing, so I don't advocate doing that. Smoking is not going to help you live long. It's going to kill you off pretty quickly. But most of the people that get up to that point in their lives, they have a calling. They've got a reason for being. And that's the other thing. You've got a reason for being. Most people, whenever they retire, and this is, guys, this one is for you, because most of us get very tied up in the whole you are what you do thing, which is, you ask somebody, about themselves, and they'll tell you automatically, this is what I do, which means that's who they think they are specifically. If you took that away from them, they lose their identity completely. They lose their reason for being, which is why most guys, whenever they retire, if they don't have a plan for after retirement, they're not around for too much longer afterwards. Same thing happens to athletes, pro athletes. Once they quit playing, they don't have a retirement plan after they quit playing. They usually go downhill pretty quickly as far as their health status, and that's why the average age of a professional athlete is right around 50 or 55 years old, because they beat themselves up their entire career, and then they come out of their career and they have lost who they are because, well, I was a football player, I was a basketball player, I was this, I was that, and that was their entire identity. They didn't have an identity outside of that. They never actually built a life outside of what they were doing. So guys, this is for you. Build a life outside of what you do for a living. Even if you love what you do for a living, like me, I mean, this is part of my life, but it's not everything. Okay, you got to have a life outside of what you do. Though, you've got to know where you're going and what you're doing. You've got to have a reason for being. So always have other things that you like to do. Definitely have hobbies. Hobbies are huge. Even if it's helping out a nonprofit or a charity, which is a great, fantastic thing, because then you got a certain passion. Maybe that's not what you do for a living, but that's your passion outside of it. Well, you can do stuff with charitable organizations for the rest of your life. They'll love you for it because, well, they need all the help they can get. So find things outside of what pays the bills to have in your life to keep you alive. Okay, and that also help you know where you're going because of these passions that you have. Number three, fly with the eagles, or fly with a Pegasus. Flying horses are pretty cool. What I mean by that is find the best people you can to hang out with. If everybody you hang out with is negative, all they do is complain, they only see the worst side of life, you might want to find some different people to hang out with. Because if you're down in the mud all the time, it's tough to see anything outside the mud. If you're flying with the eagles, you get to see everything. So, the whole birds of a feather flock together thing, find some very good people to hang out with, because the more positive everybody is that you hang out with, the more positive you're going to be. The better you're going to see life. You're going to see everything on the brighter side of life, which is really where we all need to be much more, especially with recent things that have happened. So look at things from the bright side of life. Look at the good side of things. Look at the positivity of different aspects. Even if you don't agree with something that happened, try to see some positivity of other things outside of that. And once again, the people you hang out with say a whole lot about you. So if you don't really like the people you hang out with, that tells you a whole lot about yourself. So really look at your circle of friends. Are they trying to help push you forward? Are they trying to help you lift you up, and vice versa? Or is it just who can beat who down first? If you're trying to beat each other down, get out of that as soon as you can. Okay, it'll be great for your health. It'll be great for everything in your life, and it'll help you live a whole lot better life if you're up flying with the eagles. Okay, cool thing about eagles, they can fly by themselves. They don't worry about anybody else, but they can also fly with each other. Number 4, eat. That's pretty simple, isn't it? Eat. It's also a really tough one because the question is, what do I eat? Well, you eat the best stuff that you can get. Because if you really do love yourself and you respect yourself, you're only going to eat the best things that you can get. Okay? If you call yourself a foodie, does that mean that you just love eating anything and everything? You're not really a foodie. Foodies are pretty critical of the foods that they eat because they only want the best, even if they're not the healthiest, because they want the best, highest quality. So look at the foods that you've got. Look at what you've got in your pantry. Look at what you have in your refrigerator. Eating organic is actually one of the most cost-effective things you will ever do. I know you're going to say, but it's so expensive. Get ready for next year. The price of organics is about to drop, okay? Between Kroger, Walmart, and everybody else that has their organic brands, prices are going to drop. So that 20% premium is going to go away, all right? buy organic. This way you don't have the pesticides, you don't have all the trash, all the junk that's in all the regular food that's out there. You don't have to worry about any GMO contamination or any of the other stuff, which is why I post everything on the Facebook page that I do. This way you see what's out there. So if you don't have to worry about these things, that's some stress load off of you. You're getting much more nutrients going into you, okay? You're not going to eat as much because you have more nutrients going into you with every bite. So, yeah, even if you do pay a 20% premium, guess what? You're going to eat 30 to 40% less than what you do now currently because you're getting the nutrients that you need in very high abundance. So, eat very well. Quit going cheap. Quit going for the dollar menu stuff because the dollar menu stuff costs a whole lot more than you can ever imagine, especially whenever you consider that if you eat that for a couple months, a couple years, guess what? You're going to start taking some meds. How much do medications cost? If you don't have insurance, they cost a whole lot. We're talking $200-300 a pop. Even with insurance, you're paying $20, $40 with each one of those, or maybe more depending on your co-pays and everything else. Sometimes you're paying $100, $120. Okay? So eat the best foods that you can find for yourself, okay? And lastly, number 5, move. Get out, go move around. You're made to move. You're not made to sit around in a chair all day. I know we do it, but get an hour to go move around. Even if it's not for an hour all at once, split it up into 20-minute or 30-minute segments, okay? Get up, go move around. Go take a walk. Go take a couple of walks. All the smokers get smoke breaks, okay? 15 minutes. Go take a 15-minute walk and breathe break. Go walk around, okay? Do that at the office. Believe me, you'll get so much more done at your office. You'd be amazed. But yeah, get out, go move, go dance, go throw some frisbees, go play some golf. But also know that while you're moving, you need to train yourself to move properly. So come find me and do some training sessions, okay? Because you need it. But yes, go move. Go find something that moves you. Go do that. Have that as your primary. Find some secondary stuff that you can have fun doing as well, okay? But I will push this for a little bit. Resistance training is the one thing that will keep you healthy for longer than anything else because it reduces stress, reduces wear on the body, keeps you strong, and it keeps gravity from pulling you down. So if you want to have good posture and good bone structure for the rest of your life, lift weights, okay? Or do some kind of resistance training. Yoga counts, actually, to some degree. So that's it. Know who you are, know where you're going, know what you're doing, fly with the eagles, eat the best foods you can get, and go move. Those are the 5 essentials to living independently healthy right there, because those are the best medicines ever known to man. Oh yeah, and some sunlight helps. And some water. Lots of water. Drink tons of water. Stay hydrated, people. It's warm out there. It's summertime. So that's it. Those are the 5 essentials. Go get my book, Personal Health Care Reform, on Amazon, on ClintFuquay.com, on PersonalHealthCareReform.com. Go get it. Buy it. Use the book. Use the workbook. Seriously, it will change your life. I wrote it to be the blueprint for living healthy for the rest of your life. Otherwise, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+. Follow me everywhere. Send me an email, Clint@ClintFuquay.com. And I am out. I will see you later. Have a great July 4th and Independence Day.